What's going on, everyone? Just got a good workout in. I wanted to give a message to all you folks with ankylosing spondylitis, inflammatory arthritis. The goal with fitness, the goal with progressing strength and flexibility is, with ankylosing spondylitis, it's so important to know that we're gonna have to adapt, we're gonna have to change our routine. Our routine might look different day to day, week to week, month to month. There might be some downs in the routine where you might not be able to do some of the things that you did maybe a week before, but it all plays together. And the most important thing I realized was the most important thing in fitness is doing whatever you can safely that day. So however you're feeling that day, low energy, high energy, you do whatever you can safely to keep building on momentum, to keep progressing. Some days are gonna look different than others, but just a little bit of movement goes a long way. And the biggest change for me was adapting my routine. So some days, maybe it's a longer workout if I'm feeling good, 45 minutes, but other days, maybe it's just a couple things. Even just 2 sets of a strength training routine, using resistance bands. On days where I have low energy, maybe I'll use machines, resistance bands, and not so many weights. On days I have high energy, maybe I'll use weights, maybe I'll jump rope. So I think it's so important just to keep the consistency going, and it all matters in terms of progressing over time. Even the smallest routine matters, the long routine, but the most important thing is we keep a healthy mindset. And that's what I found for me. I never want to compare myself from one week to the next, because I've fallen on hard times with this. Like all of us, we've had times of limping around where we could barely put pressure down on our foot, we could barely walk. But I realized that that's all part of the journey, and on those days, I'm just gonna do whatever I can to keep moving safely. I'm not gonna push it. And then when that goes away, I'm gonna use that motivation, and I'm gonna remember the hard times, and that's gonna propel me to keep going. So on a day like today, when I'm feeling pretty good, all I think about is those times I couldn't do it, the hard times, and I use that as motivation. And I use that as motivation to keep going. And that's what we have that no one else has. We have that gratitude when we can move, that gratitude to say, I'm gonna do whatever I can today, and I'm gonna enjoy it because maybe I couldn't do this the day before. So use all of this as motivation, but it all matters. It's not just about going full throttle all the time. It's about just keep moving towards your goals in any way you can. See you next time.